July, August. Hey there, how are you?
How you doing?
So I gotta let you know that I've been so extremely excited to talk to you. Only because, partly because I'm nosy, and partly because I've been really excited to hear what happened on the challenge. Was that I was trying to tell them about it. Was that July or August that you did the 12-day challenge?
That was in August.
Okay.
But
Go ahead.
I didn't complete it because I started doing some driving a flatbed. But I do. But I'm dispatching. I have. So you can get a make like over the road.
For some reason, it sounds like you keep going in and out. I don't know what's going on with.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
So tell us about how you got started in the transportation business.
I got started in transportation business because I was doing tow truck about 4 years. Started driving tow trucks. I came home from prison. First of all, I was in prison. And then I started doing.
Wait, stop, because it's something I don't know. Maybe it's how you got your phone set up or what's going on, but you keep going in and out, and I want to make sure that everybody hears this because this is a really interesting story.
Okay, is it better now?
Yes.
Okay, like I said, just from prison. When I came from prison, I had made my mind do nothing but fly straight. And so,
how long were you in prison?
5 years.
Wow. Okay.
Then when I came home, like I told myself, I had a daughter. I came home. It was about like 4, and so I had nothing else but.
They said maybe you got to turn off your Wi-Fi because you'll start talking and then it'll go in and out. So I don't know what's going on.
You hear now?
Okay.
You can hear? Is it better now?
Yes. Great.
Okay. Like I was saying, once I came home and I got EOS, I started looking for job after job, and I bumped into cars. I was towing cars. So I was towing cars for a year. I must have been towing them about, I want to say 2 months. I was hitting all the bones, but like on my 80 something day, working for my 80, just called me out of the blue. We sorry, we looked up your background, we gotta let you go, whatever. So I said, I obtained another tow truck job. It didn't work out. I wasn't getting enough hours, so I just started doing my research. Like every day I would just go on YouTube and just start researching. Every day I would just on YouTube searching transportation, transit vans, the Sprinter vans, expedite. And I just took off and ran with it from there.
Wow. So here's the thing, right? I always love hearing from people when, first of all, when they come home from, Murph calls it college. When they come home from college, and they don't let that hold them down. Because, it's a lot of people that make excuses about, okay, well, we all make mistakes. Some of us get caught, some of us don't. But the ones that make mistakes and then they come home and they actually do something productive and positive with their life. Yeah. Instead of saying, okay, well, I don't know how to do nothing but this, or I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to mess around and go back. You know what I mean?
Listen, I had a car wash. I washed for about almost when I first came home. And I had a car wash, cars, doing cars, doing anything to make a dog trying to go back.
Right.
And once I stumbled across this industry, I just kept researching, doing my due diligence, and then next thing you know, like I said, entry to the transportation is like
right. So I don't know how I came across your page. Mm-hmm. I really am still not sure. But when I came across your page and I was able to see what you were doing, like I said, it was partly because I was nosy. Yeah. And I was actually looking for something to do Cause I quit my job in May. I quit my career in May, my 16-year career. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to do what I do in the car culture, right? Mm-hmm. But then one day go by and you don't make no money. And then a second day go by.
It's like that.
And I was like, oh man, I got to do something. So I stumbled across your page and you were doing the Sprinter van thing. And I had already told my friends, I was like, maybe I should buy a box truck, or maybe I should buy. First, I was thinking about an 18-wheeler. They're like, no, you need to know how to drive an 18-wheeler if you're gonna buy an 18-wheeler. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I should buy a box truck. Maybe I don't want a box truck. Then I was like a Sprinter van, and then I feel like it was just divine intervention because I ran across your page then, and I was like, look at here, he doing this 12-day challenge. I'm gonna see what he make. So I'm kind of upset that I didn't get to see all of the specifics with the 12-day challenge.
I'm a big man. I'm so versatile. Like I do so much to the point where like my closest friends, like, hey, listen, you got to just stop, down, figure out, and just stick to it, right? But dispatch, I do it all. I just can't. I just don't see myself doing. That's the one thing about transportation. There's so many different arms that you're like, you can drive, you can open up your own brokerage, you can come to the transportation industry fully packed. I don't live. I see people do that. Like you just said, you get an 18-wheeler. If you get an 18-wheeler, get a CDL. I have somebody right next to you. I'm talking about right next to you. Get out of that. You got to go get it.
Right.
So that's why I'm so versatile because I have a CDL. I drive 18-wheelers. I drive my Sprinter. I done transported in a car before. Like, I pulled up. Right. I think it was on my mom's birthday about a year ago. I'm calling. Yeah, I pulled up at pickup. Somebody called my phone. I pulled up at the pickup. I came out with a box. And he looked. He was like, "Oh, where's your truck?" I just hesitated. I said, "Oh, I'm in the car right there." He looked. Smart man. Here you go. And gave me a box, and I took it all the way to town. And I called my mom and FaceTimed and told her, I'm like, happy birthday. And she looked and was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm headed to Tampa. And then at that time, the lanes were paying a lot more due to the fact that the industry wasn't so flooded. I think I went from Miami to Tampa for $300. In my shop, I put 40 going and like $20 back. So $60 in fuel. So I probably profited $40 in 4 hours, 5, 6 hours there and back.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, once it's a no-brainer.
Right. Like I said, I was looking. I'm like, this might be the person. So I was like, okay. I followed I somehow, like I said, I stumbled on your personal page. Mm-hmm. And then I seen your business page. I'm like, I got to follow this.
I'm into the car culture. Like, if you're talking about due to the fact that sometimes I'm on the road, like people like you, it's a name. I think like the Coco lady that does the show. Like y'all know better footage than you just standing right there on the side of the track. They want 100. Like y'all videos are detailed. Y'all cut straight to the chase. Like I started following you because of the car culture though.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, I started following you because of that. The box truck. I mean, because of the Sprinter van. I was like, man, at the very least, I can get with him. He can show me how to do it because I'm always like this. Like when it comes to, I don't never have a problem giving people information. Mm-hmm. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh man, I love this. You what really amazed me about it was you was on your grind. You was like, this is what I'm showing. I'm showing that, hey, I'm pull over. I'm sleeping here if I gotta. I was like, I just love this man. He really got the muscle.
You have to be honest, like I said, like especially Sprinter, due to the fact that it's entry level. If you don't go out there and give it your all, you're not gonna see the numbers. Like if you try to go put a Sprinter van and put somebody in it, if they don't have the drive, like you're wasting your time. Because once again, you're utilizing the smallest vehicle that they allow in transportation. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna profit anything.
So what advice would you give to someone? Because I haven't even asked you none of the fans' questions, and I think that's one of them. I think I kind of memorized them. What advice would you give somebody looking to be a newcomer in the transportation industry?
The advice that I would give them, to be honest, before you do anything, do as much research as you can. Google. If you know somebody like me, call them. Ask as many questions as you can. Fully understand the industry before you enter it. Because once again, Google, all of this stuff is free. And that's why I learned like YouTube, Google. I just Googled it, YouTubed it, wrote notes down.
Right. So this was how long ago that you got into the transportation industry?
About 3 years.
Okay.
About 3 years.
And so what has been your hardest year thus far? Was the pandemic the hard part, or was it just starting out?
I'm a completely honest. Me personally, like I said, I dispatched now 5. I'm still starting. I'm still in starting up because once again, I found something that would get me back to prison. So bouncing all over the place. I was driving with people. I was trying to dispatch. I was company. I was all over the place. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, that's why my advice to just study the whole industry first, and then make sure you know exactly what lane of the industry you want to enter.
Right.
But the hardest part is like just doing it. Because once you start, it comes natural. Like if you're a hustler, you have to have ambition to kind of drive. Like it's just 1, 2, 3. It's not hard at all. It's just like jumping over, crossing over. If you never, well, you'll be a little scared, but just go into it.
Oh yeah, they're saying talking about like how I keep going in and out. I don't know why I keep doing that though.
I'm using my phone.
What do you have your phone sitting on? Maybe it's where your phone's sitting.
I don't have it. I have it sitting in the case now.
Okay. So say for instance it was somebody like me and I was looking to get into the transportation industry. You recommend I start with a Sprinter van?
Right now, to be completely honest, because, and I'm gonna say that I'm so honest because, like I said, it's so saturated due to the fact that the Sprinter van was the easiest van to get into. I'm seeing lanes that were paying like I said, $300. These people are giving these lanes away for $125, and people are taking the load going from, once again, like Miami to Tampa, Orlando for $125, $150. When I first started, they were giving away $300, $325, $350. Now it's so saturated. Me personally, I would not start with a Sprinter van. I'd start with a box truck or bigger.
Okay.
6-foot truck with a lift gate and pallet jack.
Okay. All right. What made you choose the transportation industry?
What made me choose it? Once again, I made kind of once I either was from college. My second time going to college, I'm not going back. If I go back again, it's a wrap. So I'd rather just do transportation for the rest of my life.
Right.
Other business I enter, not only that, but I'm gonna transportation. Like it's a no-brainer. This is an $800 billion industry.
Right.
Like it's just like simple as that. Every day.
So
during the pandemic, freight was running. Freight never stopped.
Yeah.
The whole
because it's considered essential, right?
Yeah, very essential. It's number one. It's always number one. It's always overlooked, but yeah, transportation is number one.
So, still, I still want to know when you was doing the Sprinter van.
No,
how much do you?
I dispatch, right? I don't mean to cut you off. I dispatch a lady out of Texas. Her name is Tina. I'm gonna give you like the best numbers from last week on the 14th, 18th. How much fuel she spent and how much she had to give me for my dispatch. I'm gonna tell you. First, she started on the 14th, right? She went from Texas to Florida. That load paid her $1,200. The same company gave me a back from Miami back to based out of Dallas, based out of Houston, Texas. But they sent her back to $1,200. Then she went from Texas to Kansas for $500. Then she went from Kansas to Ohio for $800. And then in Ohio, I ran her from Ohio to Ohio for $900. Then she had a family emergency. Her father passed away. Well, her father passed away. And but in those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in those 5 days, the truck grossed $4,600. In 5 days, the truck grossed $4,600. She paid me 10% for my dispatch fee, which was $460. And she told me she spent $750 on fuel. So after that, her take home was $33.88
for a week.
Yeah, in like 5 days. And once again,
wow.
She delivered early that morning. She wouldn't have went home due to that family emergency. I guarantee I would have got her another load, and she probably would have took home maybe like $4,000.
Wow.
And she
wow.
And she's a woman. She's by herself. She takes her cousin on the road. They both drive. Sometimes they're a team, but 9 times out of 10, like 4 weeks, she did all of that. No, she was with her cousin in the Texas run. So
is it a box truck? Is she in a Sprinter van? What's she in?
She's in a Sprinter van.
Oh wow.
Transit 250, a mid roof.
Right.
Yeah, she's in a medium-sized Sprinter van. She took home $3,388. And I was
wow.
That's after dispatch. That's after her fuel. And she like me. Set up the van. She don't even play. That's what I like about her. Like and I got my van set up too. I want to van. Like set the van. I told her she'll get a hotel room if need be. Like weekend. Friday. Yeah. She's making it.
Wow. You know, I'm very intrigued by this because, you know, I don't have a problem with driving. Mm-hmm. I drove from Iowa to Atlanta.
Okay.
It was like a 16-hour trip. And so my plan was to drive as long as I could because I was delivering a Sprinter van from Iowa to Atlanta. So my plan was to drive as long as I could and then stop and get a hotel. Well, what I did not realize was it was prom season. Mm-hmm. And all the hotels that I was staying in was going to be booked up.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just driving. I finally get to Kentucky. Tennessee.
Okay.
In them mountains, in them hills. Oh my God. It was late. It was raining. It was foggy. And them people were speeding. That was the first time ever in my life I had to pull over at a rest stop and just close my eyes for a few minutes. Oh. I was like, I can't do this. In these mountains, I was like, I'm going to die. And that was the first time I ever drove a big Sprinter van like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, with those kind of stories, I'm not going to lie. Like, the best story I could tell you, and it's real short and simple. I have a friend, a close friend, and he has a transportation company. He's on the DC Transport. He was one of the first people I ever hit the road with. And I walked away from my tow truck job. That last job that was bouncing around with 1 and 2 days a week. He obtained his van, got his insurance, got his MP number, DOT number. He called my phone and was like, hey, bro, you hit the road with me? I got the van. I was like, you got the van? He was like, I got the van, bro. I said, pull up. He pulled up. I didn't even call the tow truck guy, no nothing. I didn't tell nobody nothing. I packed my stuff. Me and him got in that van. Me with no sleep, all this ambition. Oh, we ready. We get a load. And we weren't even out of Florida. He fell asleep first. I'm driving. I'm falling asleep. It's the first time I hit the road. In his van, brand new, they were doing construction. They had the big orange cones. I hit the side of the van. Boom. I woke up, he looked at me like, bro, what you hit? I didn't hit nothing, bro. I got this. That's what I told him. I said, I got this, bro. I do this. I drive. I got this, bro. He like, all right. Fix his seat. He looking around. I look and I'm like, damn. In my head, I'm like, he ain't going to sleep. And I know, I'm like, damn, I just prayed that the front of this bumper is not hanging off the brand new van. And he got the van the night prior. And I'm like, I'm just praying. We did pull over. Soon as we pulled over to get gas, he jumped out of that so fast, and he looked. He didn't say nothing. We walked in the gas station, used the bathroom, got gas. Coming out, like, yeah, boy, you did hit something. It was orange. I looked. I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I don't know, bro, but we good though. He like, yeah, but I'm gonna drive. I'm like, all right. He said it. He jumped in the seat. He started driving. But to be honest, like, yeah, you don't know the road. Stay in your lane, man. Like, don't try to go as far as possible. In the beginning. But I just, like I said, I was so ready and so anxious to get on the road. We just hit.
So after that happened, how long was it after that you bought your own van and you started buying your own stuff?
About a year later. About a year to get my van.
So what did you do? So do you recommend that if somebody, I know you said you don't recommend that they start off with a Sprinter van.
Yes.
But if somebody is going to start off with a Sprinter van, do you recommend that they lease it or what do you recommend?
Option, to be honest. Once you formulate your company and do everything, you can go to Enterprise, Ryder, Penske, Hertz. You can even go to Hertz and rent it, but you just go get you a commercial account, and that's the easiest and the fastest way to get on the road, to be completely honest with you. You don't even have to finance. I financed because I wanted my van. Like I said, I wanted to own my van, to build my credit, like and everything else. So I financed my van. I'm going to be doing transportation for the rest of my life, so that's my slider. My van, I call my hoop. That's what I'd rather have my side. So that's why easiest way. Go, like I said, once you have your business account and your LLC and your EI, you can formulate a commercial account. Yeah, any of those big corporations, and you can get a box truck, Sprinter van, all straight, large. You can get an 18-wheeler. They have power units. They have everything. So to me, that's the easiest and the fastest way to enter the industry.
And these are all things that you had to learn yourself.
Yeah, I didn't know all of this stuff in the beginning. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't know all of this stuff from day one. This is like 3 years of hard work and dedication for me to just come off the head and like every question you answer me, I know the answer. Like, because like I said, I was helping. I've helped so many people start their company, but I put it on Instagram. I'm never live. I'm too busy. I'm too busy driving. I'm too busy trying to take care of my family. Like, so I never do that. But like a close friend of mine told me I got to out of that turtle ship. And then it makes it so honest. When you reached out to me, I was like, whatever. You don't remember you asked me, oh, you a show? I'll show you. I'm like, yo.
And I wasn't gonna let you tell me no by being on my show.
Yeah.
So you just, especially after I told you I was nosy and I was intrigued. So when I seen that, I was like, he got to come on my show. Yeah. And then everybody don't know, but that before you had called Rona, and so I was like, no, we not doing it. We'll wait until you 100% because I got questions. I need these questions answered. I did. I had it, and man, God bless me, like, and I bounced back. Even you told me, you was like, you had it, and you told me your symptoms and everything. You was like, oh, you doing what? I was like, I'm finna go to work. Like, I'm finna continue to drive, and that's the way I quarantined anyway, because I was driving a lane from Orlando to Tampa, so I just stayed up there, and when I did come home, I stayed in my garage and in my van. Like, I had to, because I got 2 daughters and my wife, and it's like I can't bring it home. You see what I'm saying? So to me, that's why I wasn't down for so long, because I just kept going. I kept going. Right. So since the pandemic, have you been has it been rough for you, like going to make deliveries and things like that? How's that been?
It's been the same. It's like everywhere else you go at. They require you to have a mask. They require you to 9 times out of 10, like ever since the pandemic, you don't even really go into a lot of your deliveries. Like, you just go to the door, give them a paper or give them your PO number, your pickup number, and they tell you where to go at to get loaded, and they kind of try to keep you like, to me, the pandemic has made it easier, because before the pandemic, you have to go in there and chase people down and do a lot of legwork, but after the pandemic, they have it so sectioned off and so orderly to the point it's like it's 1, 2, 3. So the pandemic really didn't stop anything.
What was the hardest part about starting your transportation business? The one thing that you were like, dang, this was hard, but now that you know it, you know it.
how to book the loads and how to negotiate on the loads. That the big, like, if you don't do that right, you could go a whole year and leave so much money on the table to the point where it's like, once I figured out how to negotiate those rates, like, oh, I'm a monster. Nah, it's a wrap. Like, not to brag about hey, in Florida, and I want to say this to anybody that's in the transportation industry that says Florida has no freight, man, come see me. I'm from here. I'm from Florida. You're not going to sit up here and tell me that there's no freight in Florida. I don't even want to hear it, man. I just booked somebody a load today. They're going 21 miles in a small strait from Hialeah to Fisher Island for $2,000.
Wow.
In Florida.
Sound like I need to move.
No, because once again, I'm not gonna lie. Florida, the lanes out of Florida, like, they're not paying you. Like, for some reason, this is the longest state. We all the way at the bottom. The lane, they'll pay you to come into Florida, but coming out of Florida, like, you have to know how to negotiate. If you're not negotiating the right way, it's a wrap.
Wow. So now that you know that, you have moved over to starting helping other people. I wanted to tell you, I'm really proud of you for that. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of you, like I said, for the first reason, because you went to college, like Murph says, and then you came home. You was like, "Oh, I ain't going back to college. I done learned all I need to learn."
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap after that. I can't do it. I can't do it.
And then you came home and you actually got a story to tell. Have you ever thought about writing a book?
Yes, I have. I've thought about it a lot because, like I said, lately I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of buckling down and researching, especially like after the corona. Like, once God blessed me to, like, I stopped smoking cigarettes. Like, I stopped doing a lot of stuff because, like, that was a big eye opener. But like a book, not yet, not really. But I should, because, like, to be honest with you, I've reached out and I have a video on my I think I have it in my computer. I reached out already to the Department of Corrections in Florida because when I was doing that 5 years, like, my last 3 years, they sent me to some brand new facility called a reentry facility. They asked me did I want to go. I was like, yeah, the best move I ever made. They took me from going out of the gate, picking up paper, walking up the side of the road, to going to classes, to better yourself. You see what I'm saying? So that's when I buckled down and made my mind up. Like, you know what, man, once I come home, like, these people coming here every day preaching to us, talking about how good it is out there if you just live a normal, you know what I'm saying, like just a regular life. So that's when I had it made up then. And I've already reached out to them, and they already told me they want me to, like, come up with some kind of, not a curriculum, but maybe like a 1, 2, 3 step program, and they want me to come in and speak, to be honest. So I was really, like, once they reached back out to me and I seen the email, and the email I looked over the email was like a month old, and they just recently reached back out to me. That's when I told myself I really got to buckle down, jump out of my turtle shell, and just, I'm here with you on the interview.
So it's so many of you guys that I talk to on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. And I think outside of just going away and then coming home, I think y'all got to know that people like me are proud of you. Yeah. There's so many of y'all, because you could have gave up. Yeah. You could have been like, nah, man, I ain't. Yeah. You know, I'm done. This is what I'm gonna do. This is who I am. You know, but it's a lot of y'all with that story. And the reason I ask about a book, if not a book, I was talking to a guy, Mike. He's in my barbershop in Florida, and Mike was telling me how when he was away, you have to be so hard. And it's so hard to get acclimated to coming back home. And there's so many things that you have to tell yourself, I'm not there anymore. I'm here. And I need to do things differently. It all starts with mindset. And so even if it's not a book, maybe a YouTube, just talking about it. Because there's so many people that have the same, or not exactly the same, but similar stories to your story. So I think that needs to be documented. If it's not a book, it's YouTube, it's a podcast, it's a something, because it's young guys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We done got old now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's young guys and even young girls that need to know that you can come home and you can come home and make it. Easily. All you got to do is put your mind to it. And that's one thing that I am very passionate about. Like, it's a lot of people that might be on the live that follow me, like a lot of my homeboys, a lot of people that I was locked up with, they already know, like,
all that consultation stuff paying me, man, I go out the window, call my phone, bro. I'm gonna tell you this something that nobody else, like I'm all for each one, teach one. Like, if you ask me and I have the time, everybody know you can send a text message, an email, I might not answer, call my phone, bro. And I'm gonna talk to you, I'm gonna sit you down, I spend hours on the phone, like I'm on this live, talking to people about this. Like, I've done that for a time. Like, a lot of people that I know, I just tell them, like, 1, 2, 3, this is all you have to do. If you got the money, you got the means to do it, bro. Do it.
But that's why you will continue to get your blessings, though. Yeah. People don't know, like, when you don't have a problem, because one thing about it, you can't make all the money. When they printed the money you made, they ain't stopped printing it. So that's why I don't have a problem with telling nobody nothing. When I first got my LLC, it was even so confusing to me, because guess what? Now that people see me trying to get my LLC, they sending me emails trying to charge me to file my tax ID, trying to charge me to do my LLC stuff. When if I just sit down and, like you said, research, I did it all myself.
And that's how I did it, to be honest. There's a lot of people in the transportation industry. I've seen a couple people asking questions like, oh, do I sell this and do I? One thing I don't do, to be honest, I have created a course and a curriculum. I created a course for dispatching, but I passed that over to my wife because I was like doing so much stuff. You see what I'm saying? I told her to, hey, formulate your LLC, formulate your website, and you do this for me because I can't do it all. Like, if you don't have the right, another thing I want to say, if you like, it's more than just starting and just grabbing you a van or a box truck or a power unit. If you don't build the right team around you, it's not going to work. You cannot. One person cannot do it all. And that's a problem that I had, to be completely honest with you, for like a long time when I first started. I was working around people who were like, I'm not going to necessarily say competing, but everybody wanted to do this first and do that first. My wife used to be like, you waste so much time talking to these people and showing these people, like, you need to do this. And I'd be like, yeah, all right. But that's just the kind of person I am. Like I said, if you call me, you get in my DM, you ask me, I'm going to tell you. Because it's something that, like, a lot of people don't do. And to me, I can't see myself even hanging around people that don't do that. Like, if you're not going to open up to me and talk to me like I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to show you everything. Show me your books. I'm going to show you my books. That's the kind of person I am. Like, it's just... Right.
She said, do you train others to start up their transportation business? I think you kind of touched on that.
Yes, I do. I do consultations. I do phone consultations. I also, like I said, my wife has I don't know how to really work this. Like, you see how you just pick that? I can send you
just type her information and I'll pin it at the bottom.
In the comment?
Yeah, just type it in the comments and I'll pin it.
Okay, I'm gonna type the website now.
Yeah, because it's a lot of people that people like myself, like, I'm looking for what to do next.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I know I love to drive. You know, I drive all over the country. So why not do something that will allow me to drive?
Yeah, I mean, if you like driving and you like being on the road, I mean, transportation, that's where it's at.
Mm-hmm. But I know I don't have no desire to drive an 18-wheeler because that's just not my thing. But
that's where the big buck's at, though, to be honest.
I don't care. Y'all can have them.
No. Like, you can, once you understand, okay, this is how simple it is. Once you understand the Sprinter industry and the Sprinter van, you're gonna branch off and get your because it's the same thing. But the numbers are just a little bit different. You're gonna make more money. You're gonna have to spend a little bit more on fuel, but so what? At the end of the day, you're gonna gross more.
Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, I'm gonna leave. Listen, I know my lane, okay. And it ain't that one. But I'm gonna leave that to y'all folks. I'm gonna let y'all have it. I just want to drive something that's a moderate size. That's like I couldn't drive a school bus. I could drive a school bus, but I don't want to take all them lives in my hand.
Yeah, me.
I'm not doing that.
And then I don't think they'll let me drive one yet, but I'll try. I'll even drive a city bus. That's how interested I was in the transportation industry because they got so many good benefits and you just driving around in a circle. I'll put my business fully passive and drive a city bus if they let me.
You know who make a lot of money? Railroad. People who drive the railroad. Conductors.
Oh, my dad, my stepdad was that for 40 years. He drove for CSX. That's transportation. Like, that's another reason I was in the transportation industry. Like, my father, like, when I came home, he said, once I started talking to him about that, he started mentioning how he used to drive trains and no matter what, he always went to work, and he used to always tell me, like, man, keep going. That car wash, that ain't you. He used to always say, I know you're trying to do something on the side with that car wash. I'm not really too fond of that. But once I started doing the transportation, oh, no, he told me, like, you dead on with that, son. He, like, keep pushing your foot forward.
So would you say you love that?
I just pinned it, too. Say that again.
Okay. I got it. I say, so would you say you love that? You love being in the transportation business?
Yeah, I wake up every day like, oh, this is all I do all day, every day. I told my daughter good night, but if I wouldn't have told her good night, she would have been came out here because she know I'm in the garage. If I'm not dispatching, I'm getting ready to go to work for the next day drive. Like this is all I do.
Well, like I say, I gotta tell you, I'm proud of you because you could have just came home and laid down and not done nothing and converted back to whatever the reason was you went to college.
Yeah, no.
But you did not.
I can't go backwards. And then my last name is Rolle, R-O-L-L-E. I'm a behavior. We're not bred like that. Like, we're not bred to just sit around, one, and do nothing, and then two, just to keep going backwards. Like, nah. I'm a go-getter. Like, it's in my genes.
So what would you like your supporters, the people who follow your company, the people who follow you personally, what would you like them to know about you?
That I'm always here, whenever, especially like transportation. Until I start doing something else, like I love real estate. It's these little vending machines that I want to get into so bad. I want to create a vending machine like with healthy snacks for truckers, but I don't want to talk. I don't want nobody to like jack my idea.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
No, all jokes aside, like I want to get into a lot of other things, but trucking, no, that's what man, listen, I'm not sitting up here just going on and on and on talking about this if I didn't know for a fact that this is going to take care of me and my family, and I leave something for my daughters to take over. Like, no, this is all I want to do. I tell them that all the time right now. Like, you can be whatever you want to be, and just always know that you always got a job doing anything you want to be right in this company right here. I don't tell them that they have to do this, but you're gonna do this like on the side. Like you gotta at least manage it passively. I'm gonna get old. I'm gonna be here forever, so I'm gonna. So you gotta kind of understand it, but by then, hopefully, it should just be fully passive, and they can just sit back and just collect. To be honest.
Well, you already kind of old. That's neither here nor there. We're not gonna.
I'm gonna like it's over with.
Somebody asked, any advice in getting dedicated lanes?
Dedicated lanes aren't hard at all. Like the advice, it depends on what kind of unit they're driving. But dedicated lanes, I'm gonna just keep it plain and simple. In order to get a dedicated lane, you can stumble upon it. What I mean by stumble upon it is you can do such a good job on the delivery. It's happened to me before. I was delivering I would pick up at Miami Airport and drop off at Universal Studios. I was moving roller coaster parks. So, and this is how I got that dedicated lane. What I did was I bid it on the load off the load board. What happened is somebody else fumbled the ball. They were supposed to go pick up. They didn't show up. I was the next person that must have bid it. So the broker, he hit my email and was like, hey, is that truck still available? I text back, right? I had my phone in my hand. I text back, yes. He said, the freight needs to be picked up ASAP, delivered immediately, da-da-da-da-da. I looked at the bid I shot. I was like, hold on. Now, this is another thing. Like I said, you have to know how to bid. I think I bid like $250. I told him, okay, not a problem. Truck will leave right now if you can do it for $3. He said, send in the rate con. So I was like, oh, wow. You see what I'm saying? I could have. Now, if I wouldn't have said anything about an extra $50, that would have just been on the table. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been on the table. Let me take that back. The broker would have took that. And he would have been happy to take it. So to make a long story short, once I delivered, I went and picked it up in Miami so fast and got it to Universal Studios. As soon as I delivered and sent him the BOL, man, he texted my phone. He texted my phone because I had my phone number in the email as a dispatcher. He said, hey, I like your truck. I like your unit. I have this lane very often. How would you like to pick this up every time I had it? He said, maybe at least once or twice a week. I told him, yes, not a problem. And I ran that for at least about a year and a half until the pandemic came, and then I believe they moved it from Orlando, and he ended up getting somebody else to do it way cheaper. Once again, this is like a year and a half ago, so he got somebody to do it way cheaper, and he moved the freight from Miami to Orlando to make it simpler. So he probably has somebody doing that for like $100 right now, due to the fact that the industry is so saturated.
Right. He said, do you know NY good factoring companies? Any good factoring companies? Do you know any good factoring companies?
The best factoring company in the world. I want to kind of get like a little, like, what do they call affiliate marketing with OTR Capital. Like, they're number one. I have somebody there that I work with personally. The guy that I work with, his name is John. He's like, they're the best. Like, they work with small companies, like a person like yourself that say you want to get a Sprinter van and get out there. They work with new companies, like they work with dispatchers. I personally like OTR Capital. But there's a lot of companies. There's Fast Factoring. There's E-Capital, OTR. There's a lot of people.
So my last question to you is, when you're no longer here, what you want your legacy to be?
That I left something for my daughters. Like, that's all. That's who I really do it for. I do it for my two daughters. I have two daughters. I have an 18-year-old and then I have a 9-year-old. So the way that, like, to be completely honest, the BS that I see on Instagram and on TV, on the radio, like the direction that they're guiding our black queens in, I can't. I listen to rap music. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting up here trying to preach like I walk a straight line, narrow line. No, but like just the direction. To be completely honest, like the direction I see them, even with our young king, like these young dudes out here shooting up each other, doing all kind of other stuff. But like if you're 19, 18, 21, bro, you don't got to be doing nothing else. But it doesn't have to be trucking, but you could be doing something positive, like with all these avenues, Facebook, Instagram, and all of this stuff. But like that's what I want my legacy to be, that I left something for not just my daughters, but for anybody that has ever went to college, or even if you didn't go to college, you might be on your way going and you might bump into my page, bro. And I just hope you look at my page and say, you know what, instead of me going to try to flip this $5,000 over here doing this, man, let me holler at bro and see if I can get me. Yes, you can get in the industry with it. Yes, you can. You can start making money ASAP, bro. Like, you don't have to do that. And then at the end of the day, after your 30-day run doing whatever you was going to do over there, I guarantee I can show you some numbers, bro, that if they're not more than that, it's right on the side of it. I'm being completely honest.
I think I might have found my new career after talking to you. Because listen, I swear to you, I have been so excited to talk to you. Like I said, ever since I stumbled across your page, I've been so excited because I was telling all the girls, I'm like, girls, I'm going to get me a Sprinter van. I just need to figure out what to do.
I told you that. I got you. Like, you get it, I got you. Like, that's a no-brainer. I got you. Hold on.
Well, I can tell you.
Go. I want to show you this. Go, too.
Okay.
How you work this? How you
turn it so it's okay. There you go.
Oh, and this is one. This is the one I set up with my wife. But that's her page right there. You can reach her at that number and ladyplogistics.com. And then with me, you can y'all hit me on the gram. Like, I have all this stuff set up. I don't have my website. I have a lot of stuff that I have to do, like I said, but you just get at me on Instagram. You get in my inbox, Let's Roll Transport. I guarantee I'll get back to you. But
you said you were going to show.
You got to be ready now. If you're not ready to do this.
Now, that's what impressed me.
Yeah.
I ain't going to lie to you. That is what impressed me. When you showed that you were sleeping in the back of the Sprinter van, I was like, oh, I ain't never done that, but I'm a hustler. I'm ready.
Everybody ready to drive, but nobody ready to be honest. I done took a power nap on top of the freight before. Like, without the air mattress, it was a pallet. So I had some freight in here about the same length as this, and I had to deliver. I was tired. I pulled over. I put my comforter on the top of there. I laid down for like 2 hours, and then I got the freight there safe.
Wow.
To be honest.
So that's what I got to be ready for?
Yeah. I just wanted to show this and like some straps. Like, whenever you hit the road, oh no, I just got this in the mail too. This is from a good friend of mine, his company. Bro, kind of passed away, you know. Rest in peace to Earl, long live Earl. But he taught me a whole lot. Like, I had a friend. I was in prison with him. We both came home. His company is doing very good right now. This is his company. I wanted to show this too. Road, like, they're on Instagram too. Like, they do everything. Like, but me and him started around the same time, and he really buckled down and put his first foot forward and took off with it. You see what I'm saying? So,
wow, I am so intrigued. He talking about He said he's talking about try sleeping in a box truck.
Hey, listen, whoever just said that, right? I'm gonna stand up, right? I'm a big dude. I'm not small at all, bro. I'm a fat boy, bro. I've done it, bro. When I woke up the next morning, my neck, I was walking inside of the pilot. No, I don't. I see Lugs. I only take a shower. That's another tip. I only take a shower on the road at Lugs. Like all the rest of them truck stops, I'm not doing it. I'm not going. I'm only going. I'm real like picky with that. But yes, I have slept in a box truck, and it's not comfortable at all. Like, and then the box truck that I rented it from Enterprise. It didn't have any tinted windows, and I had the window cracked. When I woke up, the sun was through the window. I was sweating. I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna be honest. After that night there, I said, you know what? I'm going to get a room. As soon as I made it to Stockbridge, Georgia, I pulled over. I got a hotel room. I'm not even gonna lie. I got a room there. I was in that box. I got a room.
Well, listen, this has been interesting. I love doing my show. Every guest I love talking to, but I knew that this was gonna be a good one. No, I knew that, like when you. And then I'm still nosy. Like, I still want to know what happened after them 12 days. So you still...
I tell you.
So, anything else you want everybody to know?
With anything, man, just if you're going to do it, bro. Like, especially if you crossing over trying not to go to college or you just came back from there, you see what I'm saying? Man, do it, bro. Like, it doesn't need... Not even transportation, whatever you're trying to do. But... if you're trying to get some money, transportation all day long. This is an $800 billion industry. You can have, to be honest, with 5 trucks, you're really still not doing nothing yet. Like, to be honest.
Well, I appreciate you. I know that you're a busy guy. Yeah. I appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me and answer our questions. Talk to us about the transportation industry. I love your story. I love the fact that, like, I feel like I said, I cannot stress this enough. We have to encourage people and keep them encouraged, because it's hard enough for a person like me who has never been to prison. Yeah. But people who have, I know it's a constant struggle for y'all when you come home to transition back into society. Like, I've never been there. So I can't relate, but I can sympathize, and I want to let you know that I'm super proud of you.
I want to say thank you. I really appreciate that. I want to say thank you for having me on your show and your platform, because I'm not gonna be honest. You just hit 11K, right? But I think when you was trying to hit 10K, I added my business page and I go to 10K. I never said that. I think I put it in the message. But once I seen you was trying to get to 10K and I was following you on my personal page, I was like, I logged in on my business page and I followed you and you hit 10K. And now I just hit 11K. You see what I'm saying? I want to congratulate you. And I want you, bro, because, like, without the car culture, like, I don't think, that's what I want to watch when I get older. The car culture and transportation. Other than that, I'm good. Everything.
Yeah, because hopefully I can convince my daughter to let my grandson race.
I think you on the race. Get on down the track in that Camaro.
No, the Camaro will not go. As a matter of fact, I'm building an 86 SS, and that's not even going to be a race car. It's just going to be pretty.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So, like I said, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. And on the back, what they say on the back line, I need to know about them 12 days, what that was, what the totals was. So,
y'all want to reach?
So thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying if anybody else like that's on this side, they want to reach, just like I said, go to Let's Road Transportation Instagram and get in my DM, and we can schedule anything, man. Like, I do consultations, and I kind of pride myself into doing that. The only reason I started charging was because, like, my friends and my wife, like, they get down my back, like, shit coming to the garage, like, oh, you talking to somebody else about transportation? Like, I hope you're getting paid. And then I seen other people were charging like hundreds of dollars, but I charge nothing like that. You can because business started, everything. So
it's definitely valuable information. Yeah. And most of the time, people don't have a problem with, blessing you because you bless them. You don't got to put people on game. Yeah. So when you put people on game, that's definitely a blessing in and of itself. And so if y'all are not following him, make sure y'all go follow him at Let's Roll. That's LETSROLLE. Transport, TRANSPORT LLC. So it's pinned there at the bottom of the screen. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him and just hit him up. You know, and y'all can get your consultation scheduled. He'll talk to you about any part of the transportation industry. If y'all go look at his page, y'all will see he darn near drive everything.
Yeah,
he was driving a flatbed. What is a flatbed?
Flatbed, 53-foot flatbed. I'm mastering that right now. Like I still haven't. I know how to drive it. I know everything, but what I'm trying to study now is those lanes. You got to know how to negotiate and bid and how to get paid. Like you'll be out there moving that stuff for free, and I refuse to do it. Like not me.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yeah, if y'all missed any of today's episode, make sure y'all look at it, catch the replay on YouTube.
Oh, you on the YouTube? I gotta step my game.
Yeah, I'm gonna upload this on YouTube. It's probably be about I have it uploaded in about an hour, so you'll be able to go back and watch it. Okay. You did a great job, by the way. Even though you was like, I don't know,
Yeah,
you're not doing that.
Like I don't really do the TV, the lives, and all that stuff. But not just you. Somebody else, my sister even told me, like, what are you doing? Like, hit the gas, bro. Like, step out of there. I'm like, But I'm really finna put, like, my first foot forward and get all the way out there, like, so. But
well, it's only up from here because you have a positive attitude. So that's the first thing.
Yeah, I keep that. Like, I don't. That was one of those transitions, like you said. Like, one thing you did say in this podcast that I really took, you was like, we do have to have some kind of people who are coming from, like, college or whatever to open up. Like to let it out, bro, because today it's not that serious. I let a lot of stuff go. Like I used to be like, I don't talk about it. I don't even think about it anymore. But the way I used to be, today I can't. I don't see myself going back. I want to tell people, like especially the youth, man. Like before you do whatever you're gonna do, just try to figure out how to do something else, bro. Something else positive. I say it every day on like your morning talk. Like try to do something else. Be proud of, like, and that's why I die by that. I just try to do that every single day.
Well, here's the thing: when you get older, when you know better, you do better. There's things that my 21-year-old self would have done that my 44-year-old self, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Because first thing is, if I ain't never been to jail. If I ain't go when I was young, I sure ain't waiting to go now.
Nobody, like I don't even. To be honest, I don't even talk about it no more. Like I don't even want to mention it because I know for a fact that I'm not going around. That a lot of people in my team, like a lot of homeboys, they're not going back because at the end of the day, they might still be doing whatever they're doing, but on the back line, they always hit me up. Hey, I'm finna get ready, and I motivate a lot of them. Like, what you waiting on, bro? What you waiting on to get a lawyer fee? The same money you gonna put down on a lawyer, bro. You can start your whole company. To be honest, I'm just the same 6,500, 7,500. Go pay the man to try to save you, and you already got it lined up to get you some kind of. You better start a company, bro. Like, and just keep it. Like, that's all I know how to do. Just keep it A100 with people, and I think that's what takes me. That's what helps me go further too.
Well, like I said, I appreciate you, man. Like, it's been very enlightening for me, and don't think like I ain't forgot about it. I'm gonna still find out about the 12 days.
I got you.
And I'm gonna talk, and we're gonna talk about how to get me started in transportation. That way, I can be a spokesperson for your company.
Man,
I'm plugging for a job.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. You already a part of the team. You put me on your platform. You already a part of my team, to be honest. Like, you see, I got you out of chance. I'm not really on Instagram, but I'm always on there every day. Because, like, my friends and family, they send me all kind of BS and trucking stuff. So it's like, I'm on there, but I'm not. I'm like way more active on my Instagram, my websites, and everything. So,
well, like I said, thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate you. I know you got to get back to work, so we'll talk to you later.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good one.
Okay.